Alright, guys, so welcome to this week's review. And they had a lot of shots on us, 30 shots to 10, I believe. Here's actually the first goal of the game. We got super lucky. Goalie absolutely whipped the kick. But thankfully Marvin was there, ready for a rebound. So there's the replay of that, so that was great. This was a weird time. Like, this kid just freaking runs at Moop. There's gonna be a replay with a higher audio. What'd you say, bro? Yeah, just something very strange there. And here's Moop again, absolutely roasting this kid. Here's a slow-mo of that too. Trent on the left side doesn't even know what's going on. And then look how they're all, like, I believe this is one of the goals. Oh no, this is the post. But you see that guy was offsides, even though we just got to be aware that he's there. And they did a lot of cutting. Post again there, we got super lucky. But they did a lot of cuts, like they would go left and then just do a hard 90-degree cut right and get a shot off. I believe that's how they scored both their goals. So they had two posts in a row. Look how this guy cuts in the middle, cuts outside. I should have been up a little bit further. Too far back, blocking Corbin. That was a push in the back. I don't even know how this was a foul on me. I literally got pushed in the back, and then it's a foul on me for playing on the ground. That's insane. Especially, there was a lot of no calls in this game, or just weird calls in general. I cannot believe a shove in the back was called on me. I think we had played good defense in that last play, but they made a really good pass. Thankfully, Corbin was there. And just be aware of, like, where we are here. We're doing very well here. We're each guarding a guy. Look how he cuts back. Sadly, that was a goal. Corbin got a foot on it, but look how they just cut to the middle and they get some shots off. We gotta do more of that. This is a good counter-attack play. We'll get the ball up. Matt's going in the middle. Christian's on the left. Sadly, we just don't get the opportunity we want here. But I think we just got to keep the ball on the ground, pass towards the middle. But that was a good opportunity chance. But then look at the counter-attack coming back the other way. Cuts to the middle once again, but then he hands it off. Good job to Adam for hustling over to the ball side. This is the foul on Christian right here, which I cannot believe that was called a foul on the kid, but like, the foul on me was just not a foul. But we got super lucky here. And this leads up to the goal. Rebound. Lands to me, thankfully, and then just kept the ball low. Easier to score when you keep the ball low. Goalies, tougher time getting to it. It takes longer for him to get down. So now the score is 2-2. But they had a lot more chances even after that tying goal. Like right here, that was a crazy, like that kid just absolutely shoves Corbin to the side and no foul whatsoever. Like, how is that not a foul? Got some good. We had defense was struggling a little bit this game. I know we only had 2 subs, missing some defenders. Defense struggled a little bit. Obviously, it's like not just one person's fault, my fault included. I believe offense was a little bit better. You see, like, how he passed in the middle there. Like, just make some runs a little bit up. Like, when you pass the ball out, keep your run. You'll get the ball back. That's what, like, Moop and I did that last video. That was a slide tackle by me that somehow was not a foul. Any other ref would have called that. At least the 2 other refs we've seen. But this was a good opportunity there on offense. And that was with the game. But better opportunities on offense. I think we just need to be cleaner passes on offense. Defense, I don't believe will struggle as bad next game. Hopefully, if we get everyone back. But overall, 2-2 tie. Can't really complain too much.